Well, hi everybody. How are you doing out there? I hope you're doing good. I still haven't got my new iPad. I mean, I got it, but I still haven't got it from the guy that's setting it up for me. Um, I hope you're all doing good. For some reason, I've been in a good mood all day today. That's unusual. I had my friend Debbie come and spend the night with me night before last. Probably I just felt good from having some company, and then she gave me the most wonderful massage, and I needed it so bad. And it had been about a month or so since she'd been here, and I realized how much I filled up in the last month. I think that's what made me feel the best, because sometimes you just feel like you're not going nowhere, and I feel like I'm headed in the right direction here. Thank God. Now I just got to be careful that I don't trip or fall. It's always when I think I'm headed in the right direction or something that I forget to be careful. But anyway, I hope you're all doing great. And my name is Lynn. If you've never watched my channel before, I've been reading cards for 50 years and I love doing it. And I do personal readings. And if you're interested, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Lynn Tarot Readings with an S at gmail.com. And just send me an email with your phone number in it, and I'll get back with you and we'll set you up for an appointment. And I don't like to advertise on air what I charge, but it's a very reasonable amount. Put it that way. It's mind-boggling. I can't believe all the stuff coming in. I don't think any of us can. It's hard to keep up with all of it. There's so much in the news every day. For some reason, I know I was thinking after Trump was gone that we'd wouldn't have that much in the news every day, but he's kind of like a gum on the bottom of your shoe. I'm not sure he ever is going to go totally away unless we put him away. That would be wonderful to see somebody literally put him away. For fun and entertainment only, YouTube. I did want to mention something. I woke up this morning, and that's when I get my best messages. I found out how to take care of a health problem of mine last week by waking and seeing a teapot of all things. I'm not going to explain why, but I figured out something that I had been having trouble with and why I'd been having trouble and what to do about it, and it worked. And also, you know, a lot of other things. But when I woke up this morning, I literally, I knew I was, you know, it was coming out of a dream, but the dream was that I was having an earthquake, and in my bedroom here. And I felt pretty safe since I moved to San Diego as far as earthquakes. Because I was right on the bottom of the San Andreas Fault where I lived before. In fact, you could see where it went right along beside my house. Every time we'd have quakes, there'd be more little openings out there. I mean, you could tell, you know, definitely. But, and the first thing I asked my guides, because that's also, I'm used to talking to my guides the second I wake up, is this something you're showing me or is it a dream? And I seen a calendar flash up with the 8th of the month on it. But I don't know what month it was. The last thing I did before I went to bed, not the 8th, excuse me, the 9th of the month on it. It was a wall calendar like I use the little bitty ones with that's how I use to keep track of things. I don't have it over here. I was going to show it to you. But it just showed that wall calendar to me, and it showed the 9th of the month. But I didn't know if it was, like I said, I thought, well, I know Spirit don't show you time schedules, and they don't show you things like that. So the 9th of what month, or what you know, what was that all about? And it was a weird feeling. So that's 2 times. One time when I was not even coming out of sleep, when I went to visit my grandson's house, that I actually visualized an earthquake just out of the blue, and then waking up with one, and that's since I moved to San Diego. So anybody that lives in California and stuff, I just get a good supply of water put back, give you some, you know, buy you some extra water and stick it somewhere where it's, you know, out of the sun or whatever, in the house if possible. And other stuff you might need for an earthquake, because for some reason, and I keep saying no, 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 logically, because I don't want to see it and I don't want to hear it, and I finally got out of that valley where I worried about earthquakes all the time, and I didn't want to come up here and start worrying about them, but for some reason I keep experiencing this stuff in my mind. So I want you all to make sure that you do have, you know, canned goods and stuff like that, because it's a good thing to keep it anyway. We never know when we might need, not be able to get somewhere or do something. So that's, I was going to mention that, and then I was going to mention another thing that's just pissing me off. I can't hardly stand to watch corporate media anymore, because you can't watch 2 hours of it in a row, which sounds like a lot, but I always fast forward through the, I always do it enough behind where I fast forward through the commercials. But you can't even watch 2 shows on MSNBC without having them mention 3 times that after the midterms, the Republicans have control. So now I guess we should just quit doing elections and let the corporate news call stuff. I mean, what in the... I'm just so disgusted. To start with, I know half the people dying of COVID are Republicans. I wonder if they took into a, you know, anybody's ever taken that into the count, how many people, how many less of them is going to be voting this time. And just, I wonder if they even have a clue how afraid people are of Trump getting back in there. I think there's a lot more going on the left than they give us credit for, although sometimes when they talk to people on the street in some of those talk shows, you wonder if they're even on this planet, but people they interview in New York and stuff. But there's got to be more people paying attention. And then with the taking away a woman's right to choose, taking away a woman's freedom, that should bring every woman, even out of far-right families, when they go out to vote, nobody's in the booth with them. They should be able to vote any way they want to, and I damn sure wouldn't be voting for any Republicans after that. And I know a lot of them's just batshit crazy, but not all of them. They couldn't be. And so anyway, that I'm just tired of acting like that there's not even any reason to vote, that this is a done deal. And it just, maybe in their own way they're trying to wake the Democrats in power up so they can get rid of the filibuster. If they don't do that, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they're right. Who the hell knows? I don't want to agree with it. I'm saying they're wrong. And we're going to do some reading on that tonight. And another thing, when did the GOP become full-blooded fascist? I mean, all they're talking about is killing people and starting wars and succession and like that guy in Florida wanting to make his own private army, which he probably might get away with it. I don't know if the taxpayers want to fund it, but I don't know if he's got anybody that can stop him. I don't know what the power of a governor is. I'm sure they don't give any power to Biden as being a president, or is he just not exerting his power? I know that he could push that filibuster through it if he chose to. And that may be the only thing that could save our democracy. And I'm just tired of banging my head up against the wall. Somebody needs to get his attention. I don't know how it could happen. Maybe somebody in his family. I'm not bad-mouthing him. I'm just saying it's time that he joined the real world. It's time all those people in that bubble in Washington joined the real world. So let's ask about another thing. Everybody sounded like they were really happy that they had decided to have Bannon's trial in July. Why couldn't they have had it in February? Why July? I mean, it's almost up to the next election. They want that far enough ahead. So he succeeded in doing exactly what he wanted to do. He got this delayed till the election almost, and as slow as that'll take after they get it started, I doubt if anything even be out from that trial by then. By November, if they don't start it till July. But anyway, and the same with this other asshole that's got a tummy ache or whatever in the hell he's got, Jeff Clark. Are they going to pull him in there, and is he going to show up when he's supposed to show up next time? Maybe we'll read on that. And I want to know if Greg Abbott's going to get defeated. I'd love to see him get defeated by Beto O'Rourke, but I don't know. But let's see what's I'm pretty sure that he's running for governor. Isn't he running for governor? Or is he running for the Senate? He's running for governor, I think, of Texas again. And then somebody wrote in and asked me about Lindsey Graham, and that's another thing too. You people that watch my channel, I love you so much, and I want to thank you for the donations. I want to thank you for the readings. I've been pretty busy compared, since it's the holidays, giving readings, and I want to thank you for your support, and most of all, please send me questions. When you put your comments in there, put some questions in there, because it always helps. And now that I'm feeling better, I'm wanting to read more, but every time I go to read, I just get so confused. There's so much going on, and I was reading over some questions you sent me 2 months ago, and some of those I'm going to, is what gave me the idea for what to read on tonight, believe it or not. It's not like things are changing all that quick, but, I was going to do this earlier, and then I picked up a reading from a regular, which is great, because I really was ready to do the reading, and I always love talking to him, but here it is 10 o'clock, and I was going to do this at 5 o'clock today. So, I was going to do one on Bannon to see how he's feeling, but he's probably feeling pretty pumped up since they got his trial pushed off clear to July. So let's read on Mark Meadows. I mean, he's playing the same he's playing the same frapping game where you just keep pushing this. First say you'll do one thing, then say you'll do something else, and then keep doing this back and forth for 4 or 5 months, and then all of a sudden, if they decide to subpoena you, then it's going to take another 10, anyway, it'll be after the election before they get him in there. If they're serious, this January 5th committee's serious, they just need to come down hard on all these people and just jerk them all in there at once. But anyway, that's, like I said, my opinions, and everybody's got theirs. So let's see, is Jeff Clark going to show up? That's the first thing I'm going to read on. Is Jeff Clark going to show up? I'll put my glasses on for that, I think. Think it'll help. I cut him there to to shuffle them, we got the Fool and the Death card. One with the tummy ache. So let's ask about Jeff Clark. Let me put a number 1 on there so I'll know I already asked about him. Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me. So Jeff Clark. Good for nothing piece of crap, you. I shouldn't say that, but any people that try to overthrow our government, I am a patriot, a real one, and I don't like that. But to me, that's just bullshit. Straight ass bullshit. When are they going to come after these guys? Are they just going to keep playing around with them? It looks to me like they're just playing around with them. That's another thing. The corporate news makes it look like they're really doing a great job. Great job of delaying things, which is exactly what they want, because they want a bunch of crap going on so they can keep their ratings up. Never forget they're corporate. And they're going to tell you what you want to hear, or what they think you want to hear, to keep you, everything stirred up, so they can keep making money. Not that it shouldn't be stirred up, but there should be a lot less flim-flam and a lot more going on that was serious business. And I want to thank everybody for being so kind to me over the last 3 years. This community has been so kind to me. And I want you to know how much I appreciate y'all. Maybe that's why I was in such a good mood today. And it's only about 3 weeks till I go on my trip. I can't believe that. And I didn't think I was going to be well enough to go. And now I'm feeling like I'm going to be getting around good enough to go. I may not be a running, but I'll be there. I just hope I get some new glasses before I go, because I'd like to be able to see the ocean, even though I got a room with a balcony. My sweet daughter did that. I could have, she paid for everything. All my kids are precious like that. They're always doing wonderful things for me. Some of them are just, I only got 3, but some of them are just generous to a fault. So generous. I hope that's something I taught them. So we're going to do this on Jeff Clark. Is he going to get another tummy ache, or is he going to show up for whenever it is he's supposed to come into his hearing? Let's see what's going on with him this week. Well, are they making him an offer, or is he making, which way? This is the offer. Something's being offered here. This is also called the false knight, so it's probably him coming up with more bullshit. But the women are toasting their cups, so maybe he is going to show up. Maybe he's actually coming in. I don't know why, but I always think of these as Democratic women. I don't. I feel like they need to just let women run the party after they kick Nancy out. Excuse me. Probably made 1,000 enemies with that, but she's not horrible. It's just time to get some new blood up there. I don't know where they're going to get it from, but they need some people up there. But anyway, so this is Jeff Clark. He's lying about something. It's one of the offers he's making or whatever. He's not doing as good as he could, but Looks like somebody's being paid off. Good Lord. This is a foundation. You know he's not going to go in there and say where all the money came from, but maybe that's what's going to end up getting him in trouble, is following the money. Maybe he's in more trouble than he thinks he is. He thinks he can just ride on out of here after he testifies that he's going to be in good shape. He's thinking that for some reason, he's thinking that he's maybe got enough money behind him to pay it off, or to pull it off. I don't know. He's going to end up being the star witness. Maybe he's going to fool us all. Maybe he just don't want, maybe he really does start looking out totally for himself when he sees what kind of trouble he could get in. Because it looks like he might be the star witness. Page of Pentacles. The immediate future. That would be cutting him down to size. What's this Page of Pentacles? Giving false witness. The page is a lot of times the person bringing the news. Bringing news about money. Maybe he'll testify about where some of the money came from. What's going on with him personally is they have made him a couple offers and he didn't want them. Thought he could do better without accepting them, so maybe that's why he faked this. And I still say he faked this illness. Don't care what they say. He was well enough to get in trouble and carry everything else off he needed, and all of a sudden it's time for him to go talk and he's too sick to go. No, that's bull hockey. So he's got an offer he's not interested in. Knows the world's watching him. And he probably knows worldwide he's not that popular. He's afraid of going to jail more than more than anybody knows. This is what he's afraid of. He's afraid of going to jail. That's in the 9th house. But you know what? Justice is coming after his ass. So I hope they follow through. I asked if he was going to show up. This doesn't really say yes or no. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna... Maybe he is gonna show up. Maybe he thinks he can smooth it over, but I don't think so. So let's go. Here's the offer. He made an offer, but he's not offering enough. But it looks like he does show up, because the women are celebrating. So he's going to show up this next time, even if he keeps his mouth shut and doesn't say anything. The foundation of this is to follow the money. He thinks he can just go in there and bullshit his way out of there. But he's going to end up being the star witness before it's over. And probably the one that gets thrown under the bus if things start going south on these people. There's going to be news coming out about where some of the money came from. They might make him an offer to keep him out of jail, even if he doesn't like it. He may take it because he knows it may be his only chance, and the world is going to be watching. He's terrified of going to jail, but justice is coming after him. And it looks like he might make a deal. Very seriously make a deal to keep himself out of jail. He really don't want to go to jail. He's terrified of jail. So that looks like what's going on with Jeffrey Clark. And I guess I've seen I heard it two different ways, but heard somewhere that Mark Meadows was the one that introduced Jeffrey Clark to DT. Let's see what Mark Meadows looks like. I wish he looked like he was in jail. That's where he should be. His ass should be in jail right now for changing his mind. They should come out tomorrow, subpoena him, arrest him, and put his ass in jail. I wouldn't even give him any bail like they did Bannon. I'd say, no, you don't fuck around. Don't mess around with us or you're going to end up in jail and we're going to make an example out of you. But they won't. They're all buddies up there. They won't. But that's the way it should be done. If they really want to protect our democracy, that's the way it should be done. So let's do Mark Meadows real quick. What's going on with you, Mark Meadows, you evil genius, you? Surprised, huh? Putting all these words through my head and saying, don't say those out loud, don't say those out loud. Oh, thank you all for giving me something to do. I love doing these cards. I'm going to start doing them more often. Send me questions. I can't believe how much better I've felt the last couple of days. And part of it may have just been having company here, because sometimes it gets kind of lonely when you're all by yourself. But I'm so used to it, I never think of it as being lonely. And I got another new person I've been talking to. His name is Henry. I want to give a shout out to Henry. I always enjoy reading cards for him. And there's Cindy, and I can't remember her husband's name. I love doing cards for them. I have met more wonderful people since I've been doing this. I mean, there's so many I shouldn't even start mentioning names, because there's just some people I just read for over and over again. And anyway, so Mark Meadows. Let me mark this down so I know I've done him. What's going through your head? Leaving the country, that would be nice if he could just leave here and not ever have to look back and had enough money to last him and his family or whatever the rest of his life. Or just waiting for them to take action and make him do something. Looks like he's just standing there looking like he owns the world, and he's getting ready to go on vacation or something. Or maybe waiting for orders to come from overseas. He was pretty friendly there with a lot of those other dictators all over the world when he was running things. How about that? How about that? We got the Six of Cups. I guess he is thinking a little bit about his family or grandkids or something. I wasn't sure he had any humanity in him the last 6 months of the Trump administration, but it's like he's thinking about something. Yeah, he's thinking about the law coming after. He's thinking about how much trouble he could really be in if they found out what he's been up to and what he knows. Look at this. Look at this. This is the foundation. And the influence on the foundation is the Lovers. Is that him and Trump? They were pretty close. Pretty close. In the skies, the partnerships he made with the wrong type of people all over the world, probably. That's getting ready to come out in the open. Some of the deals he made is getting ready to come out in the open. It's going to come out in the news. There's going to be something uncovered, something brought up, something coming out, news coming out from somewhere, because his house is getting ready to come down and come down quick. And this is in the near future. Hopefully it's just right away, coming up in the next couple of weeks. He's worried about people finding out about money. And it's probably deals he made with Saudi, that last trip over there or something. He's worried about January 6th stuff, but he's also worried about another court case that could be coming down on him. This is Mark Meadows. Even though he's trying to hide it, he's pretty depressed and pretty upset. Probably because he's afraid they'll find the money he's got stashed. Anyway, that's straight across from him. But either way, he ain't hiding nothing anymore. The world's going to find out. So let's go back. He's even trying to talk to some people overseas to see what he should do or shouldn't do. So there's more involved in this where he's concerned. It's not just January 6th and what happened then, and there's more trouble. There's more trouble coming after him. And he trusted too many people. And the law's got a lot of information, and he knows they've got it. He knows it's going to be, that he's not going to be able to keep it hid. He's thinking if he can stall it enough to where maybe somebody else does take control of the government. I'm not even going to say it out loud. That his buddy might get him out of this, but it doesn't. His tower's crashing way before that happens. Whatever's coming out on him is coming out. It's not. Nobody's going to be able to save his ass. It's coming out way before for the next midterms or whatever. It's going to be about money. And it's going to be like a special prosecutor coming after him. Besides the January 6th commission. He knows this. He knows it. And he's worried about it. And the whole world's going to find out about it. So this is something to do with... this is more than just January 6th for Mark Meadows. This is some of the deals he made. This is some of the deals he made with the Saudis. Or maybe the Russians, or whatever. It's other countries. It's other countries and some of the shady deals he made. So, somebody did write in and want to know if Greg Abbott was going to be reelected. So let's do Greg Abbott. See what's going on with him. And I think now maybe that that Beto has said that he's running. As far as I know, he's running against Abbott, Texas, right? So what should we ask? Let's ask if Beto's going to be reelected. Is Abbott going to be reelected? Excuse me, I may have said that wrong. Let's ask if Abbott's going to be reelected. It's way too early to start asking about the outcome of that election, I think. But let's ask, because I've had a lot of people even email me and wanting to know that. They're really worried about Texas and some of their stupidity. So is Greg Abbott going to get reelected in Texas? I'm going to shuffle them one more time. Is Greg Abbott going to get reelected in Texas? No. We're not going to read any more on him. He's not worth the time right now. But no, it looks like no, he's not going to get reelected. So now we can ask the other question I wanted to ask. Is Beto going to be the new governor of Texas? Could Beto be the new governor of Texas? We know if everything's on the up and up, he could be, if they don't mess with the election. But let's see. So they're really confusing the cards if we ask if he's going to be the new governor, and he's going to be elected, but he's not going to get it. So let's hope that Biden administration does something about the damn voting stuff before the election. Hope he wakes up and realizes he's still walking this earth and he's not off of it yet, and he's not in la la land, and let's get going and let's get something done. Stand up for the people. Quit looking at how they're looking at him and just do what's right. And it doesn't matter. They can't use any excuses about a parliamentarian, which is not even elected office, and all they have to do is send the vice president to say, no, we don't accept that. They can't use stupid excuses like they can't get rid of the filibusters because the Republicans would take advantage of it. The Republicans wouldn't even let them put their own person on the Supreme Court before. And there was and get rid of the filibuster. You know what I mean? It's just all BS. It's just all straight BS, and they need to start doing something. Anyway, I didn't come on here to complain, but let's see. Let's look at Beto. I love Beto. Let's see if he's going to get reelected. Love him because his heart's in the right way. I may not agree with all of his politics or whatever, but his heart's in the right place, and he'd be good for Texas. And I can tell, and he tries. I think he tries harder. I like to see people put the effort forward that he's put through. That's why I love him so much. So I'd like to see him win Texas. So let's see, will Beto win Texas? Will Beto win Texas? Well, he ain't going up against some woman. We got the Queen of Swords here. That's in the past. He was a little weak. So maybe he's going to get stronger. In the present, there's a lot of people would like to see him win Texas. Let's look at this. A lot of Democrats. He could get them all in his corner. And there's a lot more Democrats in Texas than people realize. So that's great. The challenge to this is going to be all the money they're going to put up against him. All the money. And this is also the dirty night, whatever. Slow moving but dirty, manipulative, racketeer night. So there's going to be a lot of money going up against him. That's going to be the challenge. But let's see. I'm afraid to look, God. Well, there's going to be a lot of fighting about the election, so it looks like it's going to be close. But they wouldn't be fighting if he didn't win. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to draw a clarifier over that. We won't know for ages. Look at this. The Hermit taking a deep look. But it looks like it might pay off for him. So we got here, he's going to get a lot stronger than he was last time. Got a lot of people backing him, a lot of good people. Got a lot of bad people going against him, but a lot of money just trying to dig anything up or cause problems. The outcome is a big freaking fight, so that shows that it's going to be close, and the Republicans are going to be screaming election fraud because he's going to win in, you know, actual votes. They're going to take a deeper look, and since I was asking if he was going to win, it looks like yes, that he could. That it could come out even after they take a deep dive. Well, the only way I can see that happening is if they get rid of that filibuster and get some rules going in there. But we'll see. We can dream. I hope it comes out right. I just want to see my grandkids grow up in a country that's not fascist. I just don't want brown shirts out shooting Hispanic people in the street, black people in the street, anybody that's not blonde-haired and blue-eyed in the street. And that's what it would come to if they keep at the rate they're going. That's where we're headed. They're already there, almost. Look at that Rittenhouse still. So I've got one more person I'm going to read on, and then I'm going to get off here because this is going on way too long. I'll never get it uploaded. And this is going to be Lindsey Graham. Everybody's asking about Lindsey. It's awful quiet. They want to know if he's going to get indicted. I think I'm just going to pull 4 across to see if he's going to get indicted in any of this crap. I think he's in trouble in Georgia? Where he was calling down there trying to get him to change votes right when Trump was. So maybe he'll get caught up in that. Lindsey Graham, are you going to get caught up in this? Are you going to get a subpoena out after you? Are you going to get called in? Are you going to get indicted? You know, are you just, let's just see if we're going to get subpoenaed to start with. I don't think you have been yet. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? They might throw out a whole bunch of new ones. So in the past, he just thought he could jump from one side to the other anytime he wanted, just to keep his whatever out of trouble. In the present, you haven't heard much about him. He's kind of gone to higher ground and trying to keep his mouth shut. The challenge is he thinks no matter what he gets into that he'll be saved, that somebody's going to get him out of it. Or maybe he's wondering if he could really get out of it. I got my shoulders stuck up here. I should raise my head up higher and put my shoulders back where they belong. Wow. But in the future, we got the jail card for him, and that's Lindsey Graham. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I'm doing. I was only going to pull 4 cards on him, so we'll see. That leaves me in a good mood anyway. That's what the cards are saying, that he'll be lucky if his ass ain't in jail. That's what they're saying. So anyway, I love you guys, and I want to thank you. If I forgot to thank you for watching, and if you want a personal reading, it's lentarotreadings@gmail.com. Put your phone number in there, and I'll call you back, and we'll get an appointment set up. I know last year it got really slow through the holidays, and it got a little slow this year, but honest, I'll get back with you and set something up, because I got to go on that trip in January, and I'd like to have a little pocket money to take with me. So anyway, God love you all, and bless you all, and thanks for watching, and thanks for thumbs up, thanks for subscribing, thanks a whole lot for subscribing, and night now, and namaste, bye-bye.